One option of holding a class meeting with your students. It's Zoom, and it's at zoom.us, US. And go in when you sign in. You can easily just sign in with your Google. And then the screen is going to look like this. You can schedule a new meeting, and just like on a calendar, you're going to title it whatever you want, the date, the time that you want to schedule it, the duration, that does not matter. It has never cut us off, even with this 1 hour that I've never changed. Make sure that your time zone is correct. I'm not sure if it's just my computer changing it or if it just goes to that. If you want to hold that meeting at the same time, you can just click reoccurring, and then you don't have to keep setting up a new one every time. The meeting ID, I just keep that as to generate automatically. They click the link when you send it to them. I do not require a password. I don't want to add one more thing. I don't worry about this part. I don't worry about this part. I don't worry about that part. Click save. And then it comes up on my screen as this, looking at those calendars, but the easiest thing to do is copy the invitation. You copy this, and this is what can go into your email. And when they open up their email, or you can post it in your Google Classroom also, or whatever other source you use to communicate with your students. This is the part where they just click on that and it should open it up. Easy as that. And then once it goes into that, you can click start it if you're doing it right before, but if this puts it like you can schedule it the night before or whenever. When they open it up, it's always going to have that little pop-up. And then you join with your computer audio so they can hear. And what's going to happen when the meeting is actually going on, you will see your picture. You'll also see anybody else that is at the meeting at the time that you start it, or as they arrive and click the link and pop in, you'll see them, and it will be a grid so you can see everybody at the meeting can see everybody's face at the same time. So the more there are, the smaller the pictures get, but you can see them all. There's the mute if you want to mute yourself. Just testing the speaker system. You don't really need to worry about that if everything is working. The start video will show, if this is marked with this line, then it's just going to show your icon. It doesn't have your camera going. If you click on the camera, it does show your picture in that aspect. And then if you want to, the kids will probably find this at least the first time, and then every other time, hopefully get it out of their system. But they are able to choose a virtual background. Sometimes they might be able to create their own. If I did, I could add my own little picture, or I could click some of them however I want and go from there. And then the background stays like that, and they can switch it as the meeting goes. So be ready for that. There's this chat down here that the students or you can just type in little text messages instead of speaking. And if you've noticed, there's a record. So if you're doing a live lesson of math, guided reading groups, or anything like that, you can record the meeting and then send the link or put it on your Google Classroom or wherever, so students who weren't able to participate can continue to go on that. And then there's little reactions, things like that. Okay. And when you're done with the meeting, if you are the one that is holding the meeting, you kind of have some more control. You can just be the one to leave the meeting and have the kids continue to talk if they want to until they exit, or you can end meeting for all and say, see you next time, type of thing. That is pretty much the basics of Zoom. It's not too difficult the first time that you get it. It might be kind of some things. You're welcome to email me, call me, whatever, if you have any questions. But overall, That is Zoom.